So I've not exactly covered Caleb and Sophia before, or any of the Jehovah's Witnesses propaganda, but since covering the Falling Plates propaganda video, I actually really want to cover more senseless Christian propaganda stuff, because there's something about how it's made where if you believe, it reinforces your belief so hard, and it's almost really abusive at times. But if you're not a believer, it's almost like something that you just end up laughing at. I mean, really, especially with Falling Plates, a lot of what happened in there was laughable from the outside. The Jehovah's Witnesses stuff might be a little more insidious. And if so, then I guess we'll find out. But here we have a video titled Jehovah Forgives, which was sent to me by Lord Bleck. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
It was Jesus' last night with his apostles.
Okay.
You are the ones who have stuck with me in my trials.
So this is actually really decent animation, not gonna lie. Like, for stuff that must have been constructed on a shoestring budget.
Soon, Jesus would be arrested. It was going to be very hard for them.
All of you will be stumbled in connection with me on this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd.
Wait, where are their eyebrows? Or no, they're not their eyebrows, their eyelashes. Do all of these men have no eyelashes? Does not a single of Jesus' disciples have eyelashes? What? Why? Why are there no eyelashes on these men's?
And the sheep of the flock will be scattered about.
They were going to run away and abandon Jesus. But Peter said,
Although all the others are stumbled in connection with you,
I will never be stumbled.
Oh my god.
Very good, Caleb.
Even the children have no eyelashes! Why do they have no eyelashes? I can never unsee that now! Why? Jehovah's Witnesses, why do you not give eyelashes to your animated characters? Please. I need something. This looks so off-putting without something around those eyes.
Peter thought he was strong and would never make Jehovah sad.
I tell you, Peter, a rooster will not crow today until you have denied knowing me 3 times.
Cock-a-doo!
No, it's cock-a-doo-doo-doo.
Nuh-uh. That's not a rooster.
Okay, kids, it's not...
So I like how the way this is framed is this is supposed to be like they're being told Bible stories around the dinner table. And there's nothing really insidious about that, except that it kind of normalizes indoctrinating your children. And I'm going to be honest, the story of Jesus himself is a really brutal freaking story. Not one that I think is appropriate for kids of this age. But, you know, I guess when you're a Jehovah's Witness, torturing somebody and shoving a cat of 9 tails on their back is perfectly acceptable.
Important how the rooster sounds.
I'll never make Jehovah sad.
Me neither.
Yes, you will.
We know you'd never want to.
But Jesus knew Peter would be afraid. And when you are afraid...
Oh no, you're late! Hurry, grab your bags.
Wait.
Careful. Love you.
Okay, so this is a weird thing to... Maybe I should not be analyzing this far into this, but what this is telling me is that these parents were so concerned about making sure that their kids were indoctrinated that they were willing to make it to where they were barely able to make it to school. They were willing to spend so much time indoctrinating their children that they were possibly late to get an actual education. That's kind of weird. Not gonna lie. maybe that's not what I should be reading into this, but that's what it seems like to me. I know it's being played for comedic effect, but I don't know. From an outside in, it seems like it could just normalize forfeiting actual duties in the real world in the name of your religion.
You kids! See you later!
Be good.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Why is everything so dark now? Okay, so I understand that this is supposed to show that it's later in the day, but the actual lighting here looks menacing, and the sound is foreboding. Are they gonna make Jehovah sad? What? Come on, dude. Open the door. You got this. Okay, this kid has depression. Caleb right now, I have clinical depression. Like, dude, no, you need to see a counselor. Something's up, dude.
I'm home. Hello? Anybody?
He had a rough day.
So you're telling me Sophia's nowhere to be seen hearing this? She got off the bus too.
Oh, what happened? Caleb, are you okay?
What if Jehovah doesn't want to be my friend anymore?
Oh. Okay, so let me go ahead and say that this, while I was not raised a Jehovah's Witness, this is actually one of those things that I personally felt when I was a kid that scared me. Like, what if Jesus doesn't want me? What if Jesus doesn't like me? What if he decides that I deserve to go to hell even though I'm saved? Like, what if all this... Like, that amount of pressure is terrifying for a child. And of course, this video is going to make light of it. It's perfectly fine. See, this is one of those things where, like, when you have an actual friend, a friend who really exists, if you don't know if they like you, you can at the very least have a conversation with them. And while it is likely that they might lie to you, you can at least get some closure. Whereas with a god like Jehovah, it is necessary that you never hear him say anything to you ever. So you will end up in this kind of funk until somebody else who's not Jehovah tries to tell you that no, it's okay. And that's kind of a scary thing to be. Like, that's kind of a scary way to feel. You have no way of knowing in this pseudo-parasocial relationship whether or not this person hates you, likes you, or even knows you exist.
Jehovah wants to be your friend. But if you did something bad, he wants you to tell.
Okay, so
did
today
you do?
at school, I was outside on the playground.
Okay? Okay. Why would that kid take the cupcakes? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is he gonna celebrate a birthday? That's a bad no. That's a big no-no in Jehovah's Witnesses territory. If he ate that cake, that would be him condoning somebody else's birthday. And that's not allowed. As Sonic would say, that's no good. Don't do it, Caleb. I know that you... Oh my god, that was...
Caleb.
That was just... That imagery and that sound. Why? No, seriously, we're playing that again. That's horrible. Just watch and listen.
Hey, Keela.
Why?
Oh, hey, I was just,
You can have it. Wait! I thought he can't have it.
Yeah, which is it?
Oh no! Look at the evil kids peer pressuring him. So, first of all, this is a thing that does happen, right? I this is a pretty normal thing. If you tell a kid that you celebrate one thing or you don't celebrate another, and then you do something that goes against it, they will be the first people to ignore any societal thought about, you know, whether or not they should approach you on it, whether or not they should talk about it. They will do this shit to you. They will corner you. So, I mean, that's at least accurate, but Jesus, this is like... This kid is Sid from Toy Story 1. Just pushing him about the cupcake.
I didn't want it anyway.
But I thought the Bible says you can't.
Actually, the Bible doesn't say shit about it. It's Jehovah's Witnesses themselves that do. The Bible doesn't say you can't celebrate birthdays. That's not a thing.
Says,
Come on, what does it say?
I'm not sure.
But you came to my house.
Of course it says that you... Okay, look, so... This is a fucked up situation for a kid to be in. This kid does not have his own religious beliefs yet. At this age, the kid's what, 6, 7? At this age, this kid has mimicked and adopted the beliefs of his parents. And he is trying to explain to other kids who have also mimicked and adopted the beliefs of their parents, who likely are other flavors of Christian, mind you, trying to explain to them now that they're all wrong, which means by proxy their parents are wrong. This is a pretty awkward situation to have a kid forced into. It wouldn't have happened if you hadn't indoctrinated him.
House the other day to talk about the Bible. Don't you remember?
Yeah, maybe that wasn't me.
Jeez, wait, what? No, this is messed up. This is messed up. You brought your child to your freaking knocking on doors, indoctrinating people, telling them they're gonna burn in hell for not being God's best friend bullshit. That? You're gonna actually bring your 6-year-old child along for this? Why? Why would you do that? I get that Jehovah's Witnesses think this is okay because it's part of their lifestyle, but this is not okay. There's a difference between growing your child up in your religion and then full-on indoctrinating them into your practices. This is not a healthy practice for people to have for religion. This door-to-door salesman shit, because trust me, that's all it is. It's door-to-door salesman shit. This is not okay. And now all of his potential friends...
That was you, but you're scared.
Now all of his potential friends are mad at him, and none of this would have happened if you hadn't have indoctrinated him. Aww. The crow. Or the rooster. Oh, that's horrible. The rooster's going now. Now he's gonna feel really bad, even though it's probably just coincidence.
That was a rough day. Do you remember when Peter said he would never stumble? Later that night, Jesus was arrested.
Move it.
You're about to be in the biggest BDSM movie you've ever seen, Jesus. Enjoy the whips and public voyeurism.
Peter loved him and wanted to help.
Seriously, Peter, what are you gonna do? What could you have accomplished in this scenario, Peter?
But doing the right thing isn't always easy.
Oh, so the girls get eyelashes.
You too were with Jesus.
The girls get eyelashes. The boys don't get eyelashes. We all have eyelashes. All of us have eyelashes. Why would you not give us eyelashes? Why? It's like the guys are this like stupidly hyper masculine to the point where hair has been stripped off the wrong places. Oh my god, that makes sense though. That makes sense that the boys would be hyper masculinated and the women would be hyper feminated. That makes perfect sense, given that these guys are very, 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 very deep into biblical gender roles.
Jesus the Galilean.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait! This is one of them.
I do not know the man.
Oh my god, that's stilted acting. So, okay, I know why that stilted acting is happening in the first place, because I've watched a decent bit of Telltale's videos. I mean, heck, I've collaborated with the guy. I like his content. Telltale, the way he explains this, is that stilted nature is something that Jehovah's Witnesses are supposed to have in general. So it makes sense that he would be so stilted in this scenario, but given that it's coming out of an animated avatar, it's very, very awkward still. It would be maybe less awkward if this was a real person that we saw so we could see their mannerisms, but the animated mannerisms were very, well, animated, and just... I do not know the man. Like... Yeah, I agree with the chat. Peter seems sus. Peter seems sus. I think Peter's the imposter. I think we need to vote Peter out. Though there is a conversation that could be had here if this was not from the perspective of a death cult, right? The perspective that I would have here is that this could be a lesson about the virtuous lie. There is such thing as a virtuous lie. A lie that is there to protect yourself in a situation where there's nothing to be gained from it otherwise. Like, seriously, what could be gained from Peter being honest here? What could be gained? If it's just that, oh, he would have his morals intact when he gets killed too, that's not enough. That's not enough to make the truth here virtuous. At the moment, denying Jesus is a self-preservation act, and then by denying, he then gets to go later in the Bible and start his own ministry and even tell Paul how to properly work his ministry. This lie right here is a virtuous lie. By being a self-preserving act, it allows him to lead more people to Christ. Whereas his assault here would be meaningless. It would mean nothing. Except feeding into Christian persecution complex, I guess. Can I just say right now, it seems almost like Caleb and Sophia, their parents have a holodeck. And they're just taking them onto the holodeck to let them see Bibles, like let them live through Bible stories. This is Adventures in Odyssey type shit.
Hey, you follow Jesus. I saw you in the garden with him, did I not?
I swear, I do not know the man.
Oh my god, that's so... the super exaggerated animation of his movements. I swear, I do not know the man. Okay, dude, I understand that you got your voice acting lessons from PlayStation 1 video games and early 90s anime dubbing, but seriously, you can do better. Jesus is just like, did you really deny me, Peter? I want you to be with me. I want you to be attacked like me. Feel the flesh being peeled off of your bones like mine is, Peter. It feels great. Look at these two men. They are the same character model. We did not have it in the budget to make 2 different character models. This one's a little different. We made his skin darker. One of them will T-pose in pre-production. You're making your son watch a grown man cry. Isn't that like an effeminate trait or something? I mean, you're gonna strip eyelashes off of your people.
Peter knew the right thing to do, but he was afraid and did the wrong thing.
This is such an unpragmatic way of looking through things.
Yes. Peter didn't want to make that mistake ever again.
Also, Dix, the reason Jesus was arrested was because he was charged on blasphemy laws. And blasphemy was punishable by death.
But he wondered if Jesus and Jehovah would still be his friends.
Oh yeah, because Jesus resurrected, so...
After Jesus was resurrected, he talked to Peter.
Simon, son of John, do you love me?
Yes.
He loved him so much he enjoyed the BDSM voyeurism more than he should have.
Lord, you know I have affection for you.
That is... I know that Jehovah's Witnesses are pretty homophobic. That was a fairly homosexual take there. Like, I understand that it's not, but I'm suddenly shipping Jesus and Simon, and it's the Jehovah's Witnesses' fault.
Jesus forgave him.
And so did Jehovah. But Peter had to talk to Jesus. If you upset Jehovah, what do you think you have to do?
Talk to Jehovah.
Is he going to
That's
call
right.
back?
You need to pray to ask for forgiveness.
Okay, but like, again...
And Jesus showed Peter that he was forgiven by giving him more work to do.
Shepherd my little sheep.
So why didn't Peter give up when he made a mistake?
Because Jehovah forgives. Hey guys!
Okay, so you're not actually going to show the conversation? You're just going to do that thing where like, oh, and everything was happily ever after? You're not going to actually show the socially awkward situation that the kid is now put in? Okay, no, that's that's like showing a kid that everything's always going to turn out okay. Everything's going to be okay in a fairy tale sense, but in reality, it's not. Like, these are propaganda pieces by Jehovah's Witnesses in an attempt to teach kids how things are going to operate when they go into the real world. Like, how things are going to be, but that's not how things are going to work. They're not going to suddenly fall into place like that. They're not. But honestly, I think that the more upsetting thing in all this is that this is aimed at children. This is aimed at kids. And instead of teaching them decent lessons, it's teaching them things like, it's okay to do a bad thing because God will forgive you. You just have to know that you did a bad thing. Instead of explaining something maybe a little more pragmatic, like, well, had Peter not done this, he might have gotten stoned or attacked or anything by people who were obviously approaching him in bad faith. And it was through his, essentially, in this case, a virtuous lie, a lie of self-preservation that harmed no one except maybe Jesus' feelings, I guess. He was able to go and actually engage in the ministry more. He was able to, as Jesus asked him to, shepherd his little sheep. Something he wouldn't have been able to do had he been attacked in an alleyway and potentially left for dead. I mean, can you imagine what 3 grown, burly working men could do to you in an alleyway? I mean, Jesus was nailed by a bunch of Romans. I can't imagine what would happen here. But in any case, did you guys enjoy this episode? Did you guys enjoy going over a bit of Caleb and Sophia? Honestly, it's like really bad Pixar propaganda, and there's little things that are just taken out of it for me that seem deliberate, like not having eyelashes on your men, building them far more stockily, makes them seem like hyper masculine versions of themselves, and that seems like something that is done entirely intentionally, because obviously they know what eyelashes are, they put them on their women, they have no problem putting them there, but it seems like having these people in very strict gendered categories is necessary, and teaching kids that everything's going to work out for them so long as they tell their friends everything about their religion is good, as opposed to understanding that maybe those conversations shouldn't be had at 6 years old. It also reinforces some things for me that I'm not super happy with, which is the practice of bringing children to your witnessing events. I don't believe in indoctrinating a kid like that. Just like I'm not going to sit here when I have kids and tell them all of the different reasons why I think God doesn't exist. It's just none of their business. Not at that age. I think trying to sway them is manipulation at that point. But that's just me. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and check the description below and see if there's any way you'd like to support my channel if you want to do that. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.